there, I'm Jeremy Riden, the host of Raising Rainbow, the channel dedicated to encouraging, empowering, and enlightening the LGBTQ plus community. And today's episode is dedicated to our bisexual brothers and sisters. Paraphrasing the bisexual anthem song by Demo Wilson, do you like girls or do you like guys? You can't like both. Pick a side, pick a side. I like both. Yes, that's right. It is possible to be bisexual no matter what you heard. You know, there is a thing back in the old ancient cultures, what they called the bisexual blessing. Today we're talking about the bisexual blessing. And what was the bisexual blessing? Well, in some ancient cultures, the medicine men, the healers, the shaman, the wise woman were the bisexuals. Because they felt like if a man loved both a woman and a man, that they had both energies in them. They were balancing both masculine and feminine energy. A woman was wise that she could handle both the masculine and feminine side. We all have masculine and feminine energy. You know, years ago, there used to be a joke here in the West, here in America, you know, that all European men were gay because they seemed to be more sensitive. Because we had such a John Wayne cowboy do-it-alone mentality that sensitivity, any form of sensitivity, was automatically considered effeminate. When really they were just better relaxed in different older cultures with the masculine and feminine energy without stereotyping it. We all have different degrees. There's women that seem to have more masculine energy and men that have more feminine energy. And that doesn't necessarily have everything to do with their sexuality. There are a lot of people that you may think, oh, that's a feminine man, but sexually they're straight. Or that's a masculine woman and sexually they're heterosexual. So we got to get out of stereotyping. But there is a bisexual blessing. There is a blessing in being able to have both that masculine and feminine energy running through you, feeling comfortable with that in you. You are a wise man. You are a sage. You're a medicine woman, medicine man. Tap into those energies. Years ago in the gay community, they used to think that there was no such thing as bisexual. They thought that if you told people you were bisexual, you were trying to make it more acceptable to be gay, that you were trying to ease people into accepting your sexuality. That may have been the truth, and it still may be the truth. Some people may have to start off saying they're bi for them to feel like they're being more accepted by their family. Whatever your journey is, whatever you're comfortable identifying yourself with, you do what you need to do to help yourself feel comfortable. But gay people, just like straight people, had to realize that there is such a thing as bisexuality. There are people that are literally attracted to both genders. And there are people, pansexual, that are attracted to all types of genders and fluidness. And we're learning that. We're learning to not even stereotype within our own community. Like I said, years ago, it used to be just the L and the G. Just lesbians and gay men, bisexual. There was no B in the LGBT. And so we begin to realize not only do straight heterosexual people had to open their understanding, had to become enlightened, had to grow with their sexual information, even people in our own lesbian gay community had to take away their stereotypes, had to grow in their understanding that there are bisexual people. They're not pretending. They do like both sexes in sexual ways, and that's okay. In fact, we're seeing more and more bisexual people come out because we're beginning to understand that there is a openness. We're not limited, and thank God we're opening up a society. And not only bisexual, we look at the transgender, right? For a long time, there was no T in the LGBT because people didn't understand transgender. Just because you're gay doesn't mean that you necessarily understand what a transgender person is going through. Maybe you understand the struggle of not being accepted, being in a minority, having a religious hatred towards you, family discomfort. Yes, there are similarities in that journey in the rainbow family, absolutely. But there was still a lot of prejudice in the transgender, in the lesbians and gays and bisexuals not understanding transgender. And one thing that this flag behind me represents is that there's unity and diversity. There is room for all of us. And even though when I'm saying LGBTQ plus, really nowadays is LGBTQIA, intersex, asexual, and I hope that there are more. There's a lot of jokes going on in the rainbow alphabet, the rainbow mafia alphabet, meaning all these different alphabets, because, we are expanding in our language, in our verbiage, in our understanding that there's things about sexuality, orientation, identity, gender that is so wide and beautiful. Like the rainbow, so many colors, so many shades of colors. And so even if I'm not getting, and I say that plus, and I'm missing some alphabets, you're part of this. We're excited about you. We want to honor you. We want to celebrate you. We want to learn from you. We can learn from each other so much. In fact, we're doing the different colors of the rainbow and what they symbolize in the gay flag and what they symbolize spiritually. And this channel is about higher consciousness. It's about aligning with your highest self, opening up to the universe, living in a more higher vibration. And today's color is yellow. The first color was red, passion. What are you passionate about? The next color was orange, healing. Allow healing into your life. Also joy. Orange represents that joy. That joy can bring healing to you. Allow yourself to have a good time. But today's color is yellow. Yellow. And, when we think of yellow, we think of the sunshine. We think of energy. We think of a new day. And there is a new day. Thank God. Thank the universe. When it comes to understanding that we're not all made the same shape and size, that there is a diversity to us, and that is okay, and that is beautiful. But yellow, outside of energy and newness and new beginnings, and you need to allow yourself to have a new beginning. I just feel to say that to someone right now. Allow yourself to have a new day, a new beginning. This orange that represented healing, you're being healed so you can have a new beginning. You got to allow yourself to move forward, to move on. Do not stay in the past pain. Do not stay with your old limited understanding. When new revelation comes, you need to accept it. Even if that new revelation goes against what you believed in the past. For most of the Christian history, they condemn gay people to hell. They kill gay people. In a lot of Muslim countries, they're still killing gay people. But there's a new understanding that the universe is made up of love, that the universe is the vibration of acceptance and celebration, and that religion, hatred, and bigotry is just hate masked as spirituality, and it is not true spirituality. And so the new beginning is that you got to let go of any past belief that limited you, that said you were small or insignificant or dirty or perverted or something wrong with you. It is a new day. We realize we are made in the image of the infinite divine spark that lives inside all of us. And I need to celebrate that. Orange, we got all these colors are about vivid celebration. But yellow, I didn't know this, but I get to search it, also represents the intellect. It means new thoughts, new ideas, new understanding. Where do you need some new thoughts? Are you allowing growth in your mind? Muhammad Ali said this: if a man at 50 thinks the same way he did at 20, he wasted 30 years of his life. Don't waste your life staying stuck with the same old thoughts. Challenge yourself. Look from a different perspective. That's why I love the rainbow, Raising Rainbow. It's raising our thoughts to a higher level. It's raising our ideas. We all may have prejudice. Just because you're part of the LGBTQ, rainbow flag, rainbow tribe, doesn't mean you're always enlightened. There's a lot of people that still are spewing their own prejudices. I do think of, I won't say that person's name out loud, but a very famous transgender person that is not really advancing the causes of equality because they're still stuck in their white privilege prejudice. Things that they just automatically assume they got by themselves. but they're not even realizing, A, you were a man all those years, and A, you were white. And I'm not trying to throw stones, but what I'm trying to say is even though they open up to accept the woman that they are, they're still holding others back. They're still like, oh, we don't need transgender sports for girls and guys, and we don't need, and you know who I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to throw stones, but I'm trying to say you can be gay and still a bigot. You can be bisexual and still nasty. And so Raising Rainbow says, listen, I got to not only have I got to say, where's my thoughts? Not only accept myself, but where do I need new thinking about transgender, new thinking about bisexual, new thinking about what it means to be a human being? Where am I needing to expand my conscious, expand it? And it's okay if someone says something and they point out where maybe you're limiting in your thinking. I'm sure there's things that I can say about someone in the LGBTQ community that I might misspeak. I may not understand it fully. Just because you're a gay man or a bisexual man doesn't mean you necessarily understand what a lesbian is going through or what, any asexual person's going through. It's a new day, and a new day is to allow people to have their voices without putting the words in their mouth. Take the time to listen. Take the time to hear. Take the time to say, I want a fresh understanding, a fresh perspective. We need new ideas about how we're going to sustain the earth. New ideas on how, and there are a lot of ideas already how to take care of climate change, but so many people holding on to those old ways of thinking. We need fresh perspectives. I encourage the young LGBTQIA+, and all others, bring your ideas to the table. Share your thoughts with us. Let us understand how we can understand you better, understand ourselves better. Yellow's about a new day, new thoughts, new feeling, optimism, happiness. I want you to think thoughts. At Raising Rainbow, we want you to think thoughts that are good, that are happy, that are uplifting. Do not stay in those dark thoughts that say your life is no good and that you're always going to be stuck and you're never going to have love. Wash that away, my friend. Wash that away. Wash it away. Take pride in that you're a unique, beautiful individual with your own feelings, your own ideas, and your own opinions. I'm just saying, for the color of the flag of yellow, we want our thoughts to be open to receiving new information so we can grow each and every day. What area of your life do you need to grow in? What area of your life do you need to get some information? Maybe you don't have enough information. It's okay to say, I do not know enough about this subject, and begin to seek out experts and read books and read blogs. Educate yourself. The LGBTQ+ should be the most educated group of people on the planet. Because why? Because we have learned to think for ourselves. We've learned to not be mass produced. We've learned to get out of the matrix, not to be sheep that are following just whatever anyone says. We're able to sit here and say, wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense what you just said. Wait a minute, that doesn't fly with reality. A lot of us in the LGBTQ+ community had to stand on our own 2 feet, use our logic, not to be indoctrinated and not to be led astray by someone else who's just speaking louder or angry or acting like they got more authority. That's why there are brilliant, brilliant people in the LGBTQ+. Our history, our kids may not know all the history. We ourselves may not know all the history of what men and women have done before us. And we'll have to do it. Thank God for the history channels and the gay people that are on YouTube sharing the history. And we're going to do that. There have been a lot of, World War II was won because of a gay man that could decipher. And so, the Morse code of what was going on. And there's more stuff, more great things. And down the road, we want you to send in your comments and tell us about the people that have brought a new day to you. Who opened your understanding? Who gave you a new thought that now you're being able to feel more optimistic and more joyful and more positive because you're no longer looking in a narrow way. LGBTQ+ should be the most open-minded people. Doesn't mean we have to agree with everyone. We don't even agree with everyone under our own tent. But it does mean that we respect the idea of opening our mind to receive information, to be able to hold information, to be able to consider information that we may have never been exposed to, even if it contradicts what we used to believe. Just like a lot of gays and lesbians got contradicted and had to realize bisexual people do exist. They're real. They're not faking it. Transgender people are real. They're not faking it. And just as we had to grow for whatever new changes are coming down the road, you got to be open to go with the changes if you're going to stay current, relevant, and correct. We are evolving. Are you on the trip with us? Are you having a positive attitude to say, what new information can I ingest today that will make me a better person? What new thought can I think today that might change my life? One thought could change your life if you open yourself to hear what I'm saying. Hear that fresh idea. Let a fresh idea come over your life. Stop living the same life. Don't die at 75 and say you live if you're doing the same thing every day, thinking the same thoughts, and you're not trying to grow, to change. You don't even have to like it, but at least try something. Try it. Try it. You know, my parents used to say, try it, you may like it. Like, eat this, you may like it. Don't live the same day every day of your life and said you had 75 years. If you're not trying different cultures, different experience, you may decide you don't like it. Something doesn't agree with you. You don't like that thought, but at least you're staying open. And that is the secret. That is the secret to a long life, a full life, is staying open. Staying open to our passions, staying open to our joy, staying open to our mind, keeping our mind open to receive. To receive. Listen to understand. Don't listen to debate. Don't listen to argue. Don't listen to defend your opinion. Listen to see where the other side's coming from. Do they have any truth? Is there any truth that they're saying? Is there any truth? You know, and I'm going to hurry up, but, you know, we don't, this is not a political station here, but there's a lot of things about the far right that I don't like. A lot of things about the last president I absolutely couldn't stand. But there was a tiny bit of truth about some of the things. You know, whether you're Republican or Democrat or independent, there's a little truth in all of them. Now, I definitely swing more to the left for a lot of spiritual reasons, economical, society, justice reasons, humanitarian reasons, even financial reasons. But overall, I can't keep my ears closed from everything, or I might be missing some new stuff, some important stuff that can make me more empowered, more right, because I'm beginning to grow in that intellect. So yellow is our mind. Make sure you're challenging yourself, reading books, watching stuff. Don't just watch soap operas. Don't just watch. I like vegging out into a good sci-fi, to a good movie. But also make sure you every week read you a blog of content, something, whether it's science or whether it's biology or medicine or psychology. You know what? You hold your head up high because you're part of the LGBTQ plus community. And these is a community of thinkers, intellectual people. Yes, we got big, big hearts, but we're also able to create a new day, pave a new way by being able to think in a new way. Don't forget to raise the rainbow.